to satisfy their hunger is more important to waiting in line at a KFC to get free chicken. They think that that is more important over time. But time isn't something you can buy back. Hey guys, it's Davey here, and it's currently day 182. I hope you guys had an amazing day, and I do hope you guys are doing better than yesterday. But today, I want to talk about why I condemn watching TV series and movies. And that is simply because it is my worst enemy. It is my worst enemy because it is the bad behavior I want to get rid of, but somehow I always find myself back into. We all know watching TV is wasting our time, but it is so enjoyable to just go back at it every now and then. So I guess that is the reason why I fall back into this behavior. Despite overcoming all my negative habits, I always cannot let this one go. And just for some reason, it ponders me for a long time. Why is that so? And the thing is, we are all controlled to some degree by the news or by video streaming companies like Netflix, Disney Plus, whatever Stan, all the big companies out there. We are all controlled by, let's just say, the entertainment industry to some degree. And that is because, we work so hard every day. We just want to have something to look forward to. So we come back home and then we go for the remote, right? Go for the remote, pop up something easy, our favorite show. And it's just so easy to just get wind up into the other people's life. It's so much easier to escape from our reality and then just live our favorite star's life. It's so much easier to just go into a TV series and just be engaged into their line and their storyline, because our story is just so tedious. It's so boring. We lived a 9-to-5 job. We do everything the same day. There's nothing interesting. This is why we seek this adrenaline rush from something else, and that perhaps is your favorite James Bond movie, perhaps your favorite Mission Impossible or Fast and Furious. We seek these somewhere else, and that is because our own life isn't as interesting. We want to recreate it somewhere else. And where do we go? We just go online and pop on a movie, pop on a TV show, and we squander our evening, or we call it pleasuring ourselves the evening, enjoying ourselves, relaxing. And I thought that for a long time, which is why I think overcoming the habit was pretty difficult, because every time I got tired, I'll be popping on a TV show. Every time I'm lazy, I'll pop on a TV show. Every time I want to procrastinate, I'll turn to the remote, because I thought it was generalized. Watching TV is very generalized. You're not going to get criticized by watching TV unless you become an absolutely fat fuck on the couch. You're going to get criticized with that. But other than that, watching TV, watching anything online, really, it wouldn't really do any physical harm, nor mental, to a fact, because the reward to risk ratio is so trifling. You get the dopamine hit, you get that initial boost of happiness, and what is the cost? Well, there really isn't, right? You probably watch your favorite. What's the popular TV show at the moment? I'm actually not even sure. Breaking Bad, is that sort of thing? But yeah, Breaking Bad, right? You watch your favorite Breaking Bad show and then you fall asleep. The next day you wake up, you go back to your 9-to-5 job, and that's the whole cycle repeating. So essentially, if you're working all day, working to a job, you hate your boss, you hate your job, you hate the people, your coworkers giving you a hard time, and you come back home. And what do you find pleasurable? Maybe go out with your friends, but after that, you have some time to yourself, you watch some TV. And I might just sound like this because I don't really have anything else to do. I'm not really a sociable person, so watching TV is my go-to thing to find joy or relax. But a lot of people out there do relax on watching some movies or watching some TV shows, and that is how people seek to relaxation, is to just unburden themselves, unburden their trouble, leave all their world behind to be immersed into the other people's storyline. And it is quite sad if you think about it. Why is it that our life is so depressing or so unfulfilling to a fact that we have to open our TV to waste our time looking at or watching someone else live their story when it's not even the reality of the world? It's kind of really sad looking at it that way. And it's kind of sad that I am wasting a lot of time doing that. And I guess that just bothered me for a long time. I had paid so much attention to this fact that I'll be myself down a lot of days after I have like a binge. I'll think to myself, David, why did you do this again? You said you're not going to watch TV, but now you're back at it again, binging for 2 days, watching movies you don't like, skipping through cutscenes because you just can't be bothered waiting and you just want to finish the movie. Like, why even do this? Why waste your time? Why don't you go do something with your life? And I guess the point is, I guess why I haven't been cutting this habit out of my life is because I never viewed it as something too destructive. I never viewed it as something like, if I do this now, my whole life is going to be ruined. See, unlike drugs, where if you take them, you may feel good, but to a point, you know that that's actually destroying your life. You get physical cues. You can see your physical changing. You can see your mental attitude changing. You can just see everything around you change. So the damage it does to you is imminent, although the reward may be much higher, but the damage is also up there too. So it's not that I cannot get over bad habits, because I have gotten over drugs. I have overcame lust. I have overcame any other bad behaviors that I had in my life. But it just seems like this innocuous one, watching TV, is just something that I cannot overcome. And that is because I never viewed it as that. I never viewed it as a destructive habit. I never viewed it as something that if I do it now, my life is going to end. I simply viewed it as something to unburden myself, to rehabilitate myself. And it's all right to watch a movie every now and then to unburden yourself, because to some men out there, going to the cinemas alone is pretty self-therapy. It is a very lovely thing to do, and people do enjoy that. But it becomes a problem when you start to do that too often, when you start to watch too many TV shows, watch too many Netflix series, to the point where all your free time has been devoted to watching and being a spectator to someone else's storyline that doesn't even exist in our reality. And that is how we get controlled in a way by these streaming companies, because our time, our life, half of it, if not more, is not even used effectively by us. It is used to the profit of other people. It is used of the overconsumption of movie series, of TV shows that we don't even need to waste our times on. We can use those times much wisely to create that life we want to live, to create that life that we'll actually be happy living, instead of wasting our time watching someone else live their life. And that's the problem, guys, and is really has been a problem for me. And why am I saying this to you guys? Is because I do believe that, like any habit, like any bad behaviors, like any past issues that you have come across in life, you have to speak about it. You have to be open about it. You have to speak to people about it. You have to be open with yourself, most importantly, to really find out the root reason as to why you have not fixed this issue, why this issue has bothered you. Now, I'm sharing this to you guys, not because I don't know why necessarily I haven't yet overcome this, or perhaps there have some big questions that I haven't yet asked myself that would definitely help. But I'm telling you guys this because a lot of us are not aware to the degree that they think watching TV after work is a trouble, is going to stop you from achieving greatness in your life. A lot of us think that this is very normal, that watching TV is a very average thing to do. And yes, that's the key word, average. A lot of people are content to be average, but yet their behaviors are not matching up to their idea of average, or their belief of average, because they are clearly spending most of their time, most of their spare time, watching someone else live a better life, watching someone else live a life that they want to live. And a lot of us are not really bothered by this behavior, by this habit. And it's quite sad. It actually quite is sad to see that a lot of us are actually okay with this thing. But I know deep down that you guys aren't, because I was you guys before. I was the kid coming home watching TV every single day, with no life, no aspirations. And that was my only result to feel okay in this world. That was my only thing to look happy to. Although that sounds pretty sad, but that's a lot of people out there. They don't have much to look up to. And coming back home, opening the TV, opening the laptop, and then opening their favorite streaming service is the light. And until you guys wake up and realize that life is more than just watching TV, until you guys realize that life is more than the small little world you live in, then boy, you're going to realize that you had wasted a lot of the time chasing something, watching something that you yet could have used to create something for yourself. Because the harm watching TV, watching anything that it does to you, it's not that it can harm you physically, because not necessarily it can actually make some physical changes. Well, yes, you can get fat, or you can maybe get some mood swings, but the main thing that it takes away is our time. And time isn't something we can buy back. Time isn't something we can buy back, unlike our health. And time isn't something we can rebuild, unlike a body. And that is something we don't really value in this world, not something we value as much as health to some people. They think that their health is more important. They think that to satisfy their hunger is more important to waiting in line at the KFC to get free chicken. They think that that is more important over time. But time isn't something you can buy back. You can always go back to the gym and lose that weight. Health is something you can buy back, and in a short amount of time. Health, in a sense, is not as valuable as time. So we undervalue time so much to the degree that we are willingly to give half of our lifespan away to these streaming services, to these streaming companies. And I just hate myself if I could do that, if I could allow myself to keep on doing that, because that is simply not okay. It's a time killer, and it will destroy any hope you have to create something for yourself. And I just want to put it out there because, like I said, not many people are aware of this. A lot of us are divulged in this habit. And if you guys are, just know that the world is bigger than this. The world is bigger than this, and you are bigger than this. You can do much more than this. You can live the life you see on those films. You can live the life that you want to be inspired to. But you cannot do that if you spend all your free time spectating someone else's life. You gotta use that time to create your own life, guys. And like me, I gotta use that time to create my own life, because I am there with you guys. I am there with you. I am not yet where I want to be. I'm still far from where I want to be. But I know just if we can improve one little bit every single day, that is all it's going to take for us to reach our destination in no time. But we won't get there if we keep on falling backwards, because we think that, oh, today I did good, so tomorrow I'm going to watch a movie, or tomorrow I'm going to watch, a few more episodes of my favorite TV show. That's going backwards. And we can't expect to be someone if we cannot get out of our own routine, if we cannot disrupt our old patterns of thinking. So it all starts up with our idea of how the world works. It all starts up with our belief of how the true world functions. And the unfortunateness is that the world has so much distractions that it actually distracts us from seeing the true colors. And it certainly isn't black and white. There are more shades to this world, but distractions will make it very hard to spot out the truth. So limit your distractions if you can. And it all starts with paying more attention to the innocuous distractions, because those will kill you slowly. But this is all I gotta say for today. I hope you guys had an amazing day, and I do hope you guys learned something from this. But if not, like always, I'll be here for you guys tomorrow. But until then, good night.